Hey everybody, welcome back. This is PCM update for week 11, the March the 10th-ish, somewhere around that. That's when we scheduled it to go out. I'm actually not here right now. I'm in South by Southwest Austin, Texas. The opening day was 8th or 9th yesterday, and so I'll be networking, recovering, filming, doing all sorts. Maybe bumping into Tim Berners-Lee. I might be able to report on that at some point. So.
And I'm going to be following the hashtag throughout the journey, which is hashtag RVSX.
RVSX. If you go to socialgandalf.com, if you go to the first section underneath, there is tweet me, tweet CJ, and tweet the truck. So
I'm also tagging some things to go into Storyfy, which will be on the RVSX UK tag.
Yes.
So that, you know, if we have a bit of a UK conversation, it doesn't spam their timeline.
Back and forth, yeah. Good idea. Good idea, Batman. Right, what topics are there for the future version of me?
Future version? So, well, it'll be coming back. So, when you come back from South by, your enjoyment of the day, which I'm sure you'll be in a bar tweeting somewhere.
It'll be pretty wild. I mean, the 10th, I'll be flying back 2 days after this.
You'll be collecting contacts, meeting people. It'll be all very overwhelming. How do you tackle the initial come down of an event? Because I think this is something that people do suffer from, event fatigue. Yeah,
I think it's very exciting. It's very sort of like, oh, and this time has been better. I've organised myself better so that the things I normally would be worrying about, they're already kind of done. So I'm not particularly bothered about those too much. I probably won't take as many business cards, mainly because I'm really travelling light this year. I'm not taking the ammo box with me. I've just got my little backpack and another backpack which is going through with my helmet thing in it. I'm going to try and get more people following me on Twitter. I'll put them into a South by Southwest list while I'm there. Also pushing them to the Social Gandalf site and saying if there's anything that we can help with from a European advocacy kind of point of view.
That site is...
That's
it's a great opportunity when you go to some of these events to get your web presence sorted out. And I think you've really sort of tuned that to all of the things that you're doing at the moment and what's going on in South.
Yeah, I think one of the things that sort of upset me a little bit is people not understanding what a social media advocate does, and I haven't got the time to go back 6 years and pull it all together and sort of explain, well, that's what I do and that's what I've done. So what I've kind of done with Social Gandalf is give people a bit of a flavour, like a landing page, but for you to be able to quickly go and say who's who and who's what.
There's a bit of a railroad thing, because I'm tending to do a similar thing. I really want to do some Google Hangouts. I love the idea of people being able to spend an hour at the beginning of an event where they can't attend, but there's just a bit of a crossover. So the half an hour where people arrive at the physical event, you've still got the chat room running, so people can maybe say a quick hello to people on the screen. But then, you know, it carries on. So
super excited, super excited. I mean, it's always good. So yeah, sorting out those people, seeing who's sort of interested in needing advocacy. Sometimes you bump into people who say, "Oh, I really like the way you've done that. How do you do that?" Or "Where do you get your hat from?" Or "Where do you get your shirt from?" Or "How do I get one of those?"
In terms of advocacy companies, are there any that are out in South by that you would just love for them to come up to you and go, "Phil, we'd like you to do some advocacy work for us"?
I mean,
who are they?
I mean, I would love to do some stuff for Google. I'd love to be able to, and YouTube. I'd like to be able to link up with Google and YouTube. I think there's a lot of push now to having their own in-house social media pop-up studios. We're already doing it here with our idea of a space where you can come and make audio and video. I'd like to spread that idea across the US. I'd like to sort of organise that and be sort of lead on that. But I'd love to be a sort of a certified partner with YouTube as a YouTube pop-up studio or a Google input some way, because, you know, we're going to have the Google Glass at some point, so there's going to be a whole training thing about Google Glass.
That's going to be amazing. So one set, presumably. You'll all be squabbling over them. Yeah,
I'm sure we'll get to play with them, though. If we're going to go to this thing at Berners-Lee, they will pop up and they will be bloody amazing.
So lunch with Berners-Lee, have you already had lunch with Berners-Lee at this point?
I've never had lunch with... Well, no, yes, it would have been yesterday. So, and it was amazing. It was amazing, yeah. No, so...
yeah, so when we come back, hopefully we'll have a bit more advance on the studio. I'm going to really put some feelers out to get these chairs in, or get something in. There will be 2 chairs in here. They might not be right, but we'll have them.
One of the things I will say is that when you do, like you said earlier on about when you get back from an event and you've got that sort of fatigue and you sort of like, you're on a high, the thing I need to do straight away is to get into those names and addresses, so that a week after you've been to South by, you're back on and talking to those people and saying, hey, I've bumped into you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you checked out my site or my content, or, you know, are you interested in any sort of piecework or retainers? Or
and I think it's always good to have a personal, either find out their Twitter name, or, you know, whether if you were drinking a beer with them, or whatever it was you were doing at that time when you met them, to including that in the contact so they can place you in context to the person.
Yep. What else we got?
So we've got previous projects which we'll be reviewing, because we really, after South by, have got to sort of move on to the next sort of 3 months, so that we can have fun over summer. Yeah.
So I mean, summer's going to be very interesting this year, because I've got all my camping gear. I'm going to be trying to find enough money to go over to Spain, so there'll be a quick flight to go to Portugal, or get my friend to drive over. So there'll be another trip, but it'll be just a week recce more than anything. It won't be a holiday. It'll be more sort of like finding out about the land, finding out about the local councillors, looking at the documents, seeing how much that place will be, looking at it realistically. And so any projects along the lines of making content in the studio for people will be useful. So
I mean, I'm
work,
looking to revive the In Conversation show, which is one-off if people want to come and talk about what they're doing. But also something that led on that from last time was Eileen Parr, at Eileen Ann on Twitter. She came and did a one-off show, really enjoyed it. It was the thing that then spurred her to come back into the studio and record a series of 6 that she then released monthly on her newsletter, and then went on with some confidence to actually do a teleseminar.
Cool.
Which worked really well, so we're going to push on to that. So if you're wanting to do newsletter videos, come and chat to me, because those are the sorts of things that I'm looking to do more of.
Cool.
Yeah. Masterclasses are still running.
Yeah.
So we'll be in week 2 and 3 when you're watching this. So Monday will have been email and communications, and next Monday is data storage.
Okay.
So looking at cloud, looking at software as a service, and just getting Tom's insight, know-how and experience on how he has tackled that within his work environments.
How do people book onto this?
You can go to Eventbrite.
What Eventbrite?
There's an Eventbrite site, eventbrite.co.uk/PCM masterclasses,
right,
or to the pcm.co.uk, and there is information on the front page, and there's a drop down for the workshops.
Okay. I should add to this that the advocacy stuff that I'm really looking forward to working on is the Watch.tv stuff should have restarted by March. And anybody who's looking to make video series of like 5 or 10 clips should get in touch, and we'll talk sort of monthly retainers. Because the reason why we're saying these things now is that when we get to summertime, June, July, what tends to happen is everybody disappears in June, July. So we like to get things set up in April, so that while you're away on holiday, we can work on it, get it all sorted, get it all done, get it all recorded. You come back off holiday all excited, like ready to go again, and all your content's ready to go, and you just manage it. So get in touch. We're coming up to 8 minutes, got 2 minutes left.
Well, the last thing was just South by Southwest on the ground. So it's kind of bringing everything that you've been working towards, all the on the ground stuff. So what are you going to be your main apps?
SoundCloud, Audio Boo, BAMuser, Keek, Vine, Twitter, a whole. Well, that's the sort of mainstays of the ones that I'll be using. But there'll be other things that'll pop up with Viclone. I'll be using that with like tailors.
That would be really good.
The amount of people who've got like Viclone, that'll be pretty cool. We're also doing a bunch of filming for. I know that 3 or 4 people on board have got jobs to do in South by, so they've got like, I think it's on the 9th. They're doing a lot of recording, so it'd be interesting to see how they go about their process, their pipeline. So I might be helping them do that as well. So
cool. Well, that's it for this sort of floating week, and. We'll be back next week with a full update of what happened at South by Southwest.
Yeah, I won't look like this. I'll be much bigger. Eyes will be hanging out my head. That's it for this week. Catch up with you soon. See you later.
Cheers.
Bye.